Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we are going to dive deep into a profound yet practical concept: how we can learn to lose without losing in life. This may sound paradoxical, but it is one of the most valuable life lessons that can lead to a peaceful, abundant, and fulfilling existence. We all face difficulties, setbacks, and challenges in life. However, how we respond to these challenges often determines not only the quality of our lives, but also the abundance of blessings we attract. In today's video, we will explore the wisdom of learning to cherish blessings and how that can help us gain even more fortune in the long run. The phrase "lose without losing" is rooted in Buddhist philosophy and offers a different perspective on loss and sacrifice. It teaches us that losing does not always mean that we are actually losing. On the contrary, the act of giving, letting go, or offering something with a pure heart often leads to gaining more, whether in the form of blessings, personal growth, or spiritual fulfillment. Understanding this principle can transform how we approach life's challenges. In the world today, the concept of winning and losing is often associated with material success, status, and power. Many of us are conditioned to believe that we must always strive to win, to be the best, and to avoid failure at all costs. But in doing so, we often overlook the deeper spiritual truths that the world and life have to offer. If we constantly focus on the external markers of success, we miss out on the internal peace and wisdom that come from understanding that true success does not come from winning in the conventional sense. It comes from a deep understanding of how to live harmoniously with life, knowing when to give and when to receive. Let's think about the meaning of losing without losing in practical terms. Consider the moments when you sacrifice something for the greater good, perhaps giving your time to help a friend, offering your resources to a charitable cause, or letting go of something you care about to create space for something new. These acts may seem like losses on the surface, but in reality, they are investments that yield returns in ways we cannot always predict. These investments, whether in kindness, love, or compassion, bring more joy, peace, and fortune into our lives than any material possession could. But how do we practice this wisdom in our daily lives? The first key to mastering losing without losing is learning to cherish our blessings. This doesn't mean we become complacent or take things for granted, but rather that we recognize and appreciate everything we have. Gratitude is the cornerstone of this practice. When we cultivate gratitude in our hearts, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have, and in doing so, we open ourselves to the abundance that is already present in our lives. The practice of gratitude involves more than just acknowledging the big blessings in our lives, such as our families, health, or careers. It also means finding appreciation in the small, everyday moments: the warmth of the sun, the sound of birds chirping, the simple joy of a cup of tea. When we take the time to reflect on these moments and express our gratitude for them, we invite more of the same blessings into our lives. Gratitude is a powerful force that magnifies the good in our lives and helps us see the wealth of fortune that surrounds us. Another key aspect of losing without losing is learning the art of giving. In many spiritual traditions, the act of giving is seen as one of the most sacred practices. Whether it's giving your time, your resources, or your love, the act of selflessly offering something to others without expecting anything in return is a powerful way to attract blessings and fortify your own spiritual well-being. In Buddhism, this is known as the practice of generosity, or dana. It is believed that when we give, we create positive karma that benefits not only others but ourselves as well. Giving does not always have to involve material wealth. Sometimes, the most valuable things we can give are our attention, compassion, and understanding. For example, when we lend a listening ear to a friend in need, we are giving a priceless gift: our presence. When we show kindness to someone who is suffering, we are giving the gift of emotional support and empathy. These acts of giving, although often unseen and unacknowledged, create a ripple effect that brings more peace, joy, and prosperity into our lives. The more we give with an open heart, the more we receive in return. There is also a powerful practice in Buddhism known as a letting go or non-attachment, which ties into the idea of losing without losing. In many situations, we hold on tightly to things, people, or outcomes, believing that they are the source of our happiness. However, attachment to things is a major cause of suffering. We may worry about losing our job, our relationships, or our material possessions, and in doing so, we create fear and anxiety. But when we learn to let go and trust that the universe will provide, we free ourselves from the fear of loss. Letting go doesn't mean that we stop caring or giving up on our dreams. It means that we recognize that everything in life is impermanent. People, situations, and possessions come and go. When we let go of our attachment to these things, we release the suffering that comes from trying to control or hold on to something that is outside of our control. We allow ourselves to flow with the natural course of life, knowing that the right things will come to us when the time is right. This is where the practice of non-attachment becomes incredibly powerful. When we release our attachment to outcomes, we stop creating expectations that bind us to disappointment. We allow ourselves to take action without being overly concerned with the results. This practice can lead to a deep sense of peace and freedom, as we begin to trust that whatever happens is exactly what needs to happen. In the end, we are not losing anything at all. We are simply making space for something better to come into our lives. When we live in this way, we discover that true wealth is not measured by how much we have, but by how much we are willing to give and let go. True fortune is not found in material possessions, but in the richness of our hearts and the joy we experience from living authentically. Life is full of opportunities for us to practice losing without losing, and in doing so, we create a life that is abundant in every sense of the word. So, how can we begin to apply this principle to our lives? Start by being mindful of your blessings. Take a moment each day to express gratitude for what you have, whether big or small. Practice generosity by giving to others, not only with your resources but with your time, love, and care. Let go of attachments to outcomes and trust that the universe will provide what you need. When you begin to embrace these practices, you will find that life becomes more abundant, more fulfilling, and more peaceful. As we close today's video, I want to thank you for watching. The wisdom of losing without losing can transform the way we approach life's challenges, and it is a practice that brings lasting peace, joy, and fortune. I encourage you to reflect on how you can apply this principle in your own life, whether it's through gratitude, giving, or letting go. If you've had any experiences with this wisdom, or if you have any questions or thoughts, please share them in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content. Your support is truly appreciated, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, and may you always be blessed.